In the vast, scorching emptiness of the Arabian Peninsula, where waves of golden sand stretch endlessly beneath a blazing sky, there lies a mystery so ancient, so compelling, that it has captured the imagination of explorers, historians, and believers for centuries. It is the tale of Iram, also known as Iram of the Pillars, a name whispered through scripture, woven into legend, revived by modern discovery, and still wrapped in the cloak of the unknown. And it all begins with a divine warning recorded 1400 years ago. The Quran, in Surah Al-Fajr, verses 6-14, asks mankind to reflect, "Have you not seen how your Lord dealt with Ad, Iram of the lofty pillars, the like of whom had never been created in the land? And Thamud, who carved homes into rocks in the valley? And Pharaoh, lord of mighty structures? All of them transgressed in the land and spread corruption. So your Lord poured upon them a scourge of punishment. Indeed, your Lord is ever watchful." From these verses begins the enigma of Iram. Was it a city? A tribe? A region? Or something even greater? Perhaps all of them at once? For the ancient Arabs, the tribe of Ad was a symbol of strength and unmatched power. They lived in the deep south of the Arabian Peninsula, in a world far more fertile and prosperous than the barren deserts we know today. Their capital, Iram, was described as a city of astonishing beauty and architectural grandeur. Towering stone pillars rose from the earth like colossal guardians. Lush gardens defied the harsh desert winds. Streets glittered, and the region prospered through trade, frankincense, myrrh, spices, rare stones. The people of Ad grew tall, strong, and wealthy, so wealthy that their city was given names such as Atlantis of the Sands, the city of giants, Iram of the Pillars. But wealth clouded their hearts. Despite being blessed with abundance, the people of Ad became arrogant and oppressive. They turned away from Allah, rejected his messenger Hud, may Allah be pleased with him, and indulged in corruption and tyranny. They believed their architectural marvels, massive pillars, and vast resources made them invincible. And so, Allah sent a punishment described in the Quran as violent, relentless, and unforgettable. A screaming, destructive wind that tore through their lands for 7 nights and 8 days. When it ended, Iram and its proud inhabitants were buried beneath the desert, erased from history, swallowed by sand. For centuries, Iram became nothing more than a tale. Some believed it existed, others dismissed it as myth. And then, the world began to uncover clues. The debate around Iram's identity is one of the most fascinating aspects of its mystery. Some early scholars believed Iram to be a physical city with massive pillars. Based on this interpretation, researchers began searching for ruins somewhere in Oman, Yemen, Saudi Arabia's empty quarter, Jordan's desert valleys. Each carried its own clues, but no definitive proof for centuries. Others argued that Iram was not a city, but an entire region, a prosperous land inhabited by the people of Ad. This theory gained support from ancient records. Classical sources and medieval writings refer to Ubar, a prosperous trading region, not a city. Ancient maps, including Ptolemy's, mention a people called Eobaritai. The idea that Iram might be a region allowed researchers to expand their search beyond a single geographical point. Some scholars, especially later mystics, believed Iram referred to the tribe itself, the tribe of Ad, and the lofty pillars referred to the gigantic tent poles used by nomadic Arabian tribes. Ad-Dabak, a famous Sufi mystic, even suggested that the pillars were plated with gold and that buried beneath the sands were coins and treasures from this lost civilization. This interpretation transformed Iram into a representation of power, not just a location. To understand ancient Arabia, historians often examine overlapping tribes and cultures. The Nabateans, known for their architectural marvel Petra, are frequently discussed. Although once believed to be Aramean in origin, modern research shows they were a North Arabian tribe, further confirming that the Arabian Peninsula was home to many advanced civilizations long before Islam. This created an important context. If Petra could exist with its grandeur, why not Iram? The possibility of a magnificent Arabian city lost to time became increasingly plausible. For centuries, outside of Islamic scripture, there was no surviving written record confirming the existence of Iram. This changed unexpectedly in the 1970s. In 1973, archaeologists excavating the ancient city of Ebla in Syria discovered a massive royal archive dating back 4,300 years. Inside this collection were clay tablets detailing trade networks, political relationships, and cities across the Near East. Among these names was a shocking discovery. A specific mention of Iram, not Ubar, not a region, a city. This was monumental. Until this point, non-Muslim historians had no record of a place called Iram as a city. But now, there it was, etched into the clay of a civilization older than the pyramids. The Quran had mentioned a city unknown to historians for over a millennium, yet the evidence emerged in the 20th century. It was a moment that strengthened the faith of millions, proving once again that the divine knowledge of the Quran surpasses human knowledge. But the discoveries didn't end here. The race to uncover Iram truly began in the early 1980s, with help from a rather unexpected source, NASA. Researchers, archaeologists, and explorers, among them filmmaker Nicholas Clapp, archaeologist Juris Zarins, lawyer George Hedges, and legendary explorer Ranulph Fiennes, began using space shuttle photographs, Landsat satellite imagery, ground-penetrating radar, ancient route maps, and remote sensing technology. Their goal? To track ancient caravan routes used during the heyday of the frankincense trade from 3000 BC to 100 BC. Frankincense was more valuable than gold, and its trade routes would surely lead to Iram. And then, satellites began revealing something astonishing. Across Oman's desert and Saudi Arabia's empty quarter, the images exposed long-buried camel caravan tracks converging toward a single ancient hub. That hub was Ash-Shiza. The region of Dhofar in Oman had long been suspected of hiding ancient ruins. When the expedition arrived at the oasis of Ash-Shiza, they found a modest ruin known as the Shisa Fort, believed to date to the 16th century. But excavations in the 1980s revealed something shocking. Beneath the fort lay the remains of a much older settlement. Artifacts from Mesopotamia, Rome, and Persia were found, proof that this was once a major trade center. But the biggest discovery was geological. The fort and city had been built on top of a massive limestone cavern that had once been filled with water. This made it an essential oasis stop for caravans crossing the desert. Over time, as residents consumed the water, the ground beneath dried and weakened. Eventually, between 300 and 500 AD, the cavern collapsed, swallowing the city above it. A city lost beneath a sinkhole, a city destroyed suddenly, a city that vanished from history. Was this Iram? Many researchers believed so. Newspapers around the world called it the Atlantis of the sands found. Yet not all scholars agreed. Some identified the site as Ubar, a regional trading outpost. But regardless of the name, the discovery proved something powerful. Ancient Arabian civilizations were far more advanced, widespread, and connected than previously imagined. And the possibility of finding Iram suddenly felt very real. The Rub al-Khali, or empty quarter, is one of the harshest wildernesses on Earth. Stretching across Saudi Arabia, Oman, Yemen, and the UAE, it forms the largest sand desert on the planet. Its dunes can reach 300 meters high, and temperatures can approach 60 Celsius. For centuries, the region was virtually untouched. No roads, no settlements, no explorers dared cross it except the boldest Bedouins. Many scholars believe that if Iram exists, its remains lie buried somewhere inside this unexplored desert. Ancient caravan routes discovered through satellite imagery show paths leading deep into this isolated region. Could an entire city be hidden beneath dunes that shift endlessly with the wind? Could the Ad have lived in a land far greener and more prosperous than today's desert, only to have it wiped out in a single divine act? These questions continue to captivate archaeologists and believers alike. Legends surrounding Iram often describe its inhabitants, the people of Ad, as giants. Some stories claim they built structures so tall and heavy that no modern machinery could replicate them. Others describe pillars carved from precious stones, gardens created through advanced irrigation, and palaces that shimmered under the sun. But are these tales merely myths? In reality, ancient Arabian poetry and historical writings often exaggerated the physical attributes of powerful tribes. However, archaeological findings do reveal that ancient Arab tribes were remarkably tall compared to later generations, physically strong due to their lifestyle and highly skilled in construction and architecture. Whether literal or metaphorical, the idea of giants emphasizes the same truth. The people of Ad were unmatched in strength, wealth, and arrogance. And this is the heart of the Quranic warning. They believed their greatness protected them. They believed no disaster could touch them. Yet their ruin came swiftly, suddenly, and completely. The destruction of Iram is not just a historical curiosity. It is a moral and spiritual story preserved for humanity. Allah reminds us, "Your Lord is ever watchful." The people of Ad, despite being blessed with wealth, power, fertile lands, and engineering prowess, turned toward oppression and corruption. Their downfall came as a natural consequence of their spiritual decay. The city that once dazzled the world became buried so deeply that for millennia, no traces remained. This is perhaps the greatest lesson of Iram. Civilizations rise and fall not by strength or engineering, but by moral integrity and obedience to Allah. Perhaps one day the sands of Arabia will shift again, revealing walls, pillars, or inscriptions that answer the mystery once and for all. Or perhaps Iram will remain hidden, buried as a silent monument to a people who once thought themselves invincible. But even if its physical remains never emerge, its legacy has already resurfaced through the Quran's timeless verses and the discoveries of our age. From forgotten clay tablets in Syria, to satellite images from space, to collapsed forts in Oman, to inscriptions etched in the rocks of Jordan, every clue whispers the same truth. There was once a civilization so powerful, so magnificent, that the world still seeks it. But no power, no wealth, no city, no matter how grand, can stand against the command of Allah. And that is the true story of Iram of the Pillars. If this journey through the lost city of Iram moved you, if it opened your eyes to the mysteries hidden in the Quran and the signs Allah leaves behind for those who reflect, then I invite you to stay connected. If you like this video, don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe to keep this channel growing. Your support helps me bring more untold Islamic history, more hidden civilizations, and more spiritual reminders that reconnect us with Allah's guidance. And remember, every lost city, every fallen civilization, and every story mentioned by Allah is a message for us, the people still walking this earth.